There are several qualities that make a great orchestra conductor. They require loads of charisma and charm, physical stamina, a sophisticated knowledge of music, and most importantly, the ability to interpret the collective artistry of 100+ musicians.
American-born conductor and pianist Kamal comes with years of experience and has performed at prestigious venues throughout the world. He is currently conductor and professor at UCT's Opera School.
Kajal met up with a man who's passionate about opera in the context of South Africa's transformation.
Transformation has found a new voice in Western classical music, which was often labelled Eurocentric.
Music is constantly changing, but I have no doubt that the classical genre will always have a place in the world. We're about to meet Kamal Khan, who after graduating from the Manhattan School of Music was assistant to one of America's greatest conductors, James Levine. He's performed from New York to Shanghai, but we're catching up with him right here in Cape Town for the opera La Traviata.
Originally from Washington, D.C., Professor Khan has worked with top-notch orchestras and opera companies on almost every continent and is renowned for his ability to integrate voice and instrument with sensitivity and flair.
Kamal, welcome to MELA.
Thank you, it's great to be here.
Now tell us, how did you come to choose a career in opera?
Well, it's a long, sort of convoluted question. I was always interested in being involved in music. I played the piano from very young, and I played the violin from very young. But I was always interested in words, always interested in text, always interested in stories. To me, it feels like music is missing in life. In opera it's where it's right, because when I'm in a highly emotional situation, I hear all that music that Verdi put there. And life seems strangely empty and silent compared to opera.
Silence has never been part of Kamal's life, and he has made it his mission to fill the world with music. A born perfectionist, he gave up playing the violin because his abilities didn't match his own demanding standards.
At what point did you realize that you are talented in this genre?
I was more fascinated by opera than I was perhaps by the work I was meant to be doing to become a pianist. And when I started becoming a conductor full-time, a lot of my work was in Spain. So I really got my feet wet in the repertoire. Spain, Latin America, also Cape Town. I've been coming here every year since 1997. And Angelo Gobbato, who is our stage director of tonight's Traviata, started inviting me then. He really changed my life because there seemed to be something special about the young talent here. It was such a fascinating mixture. The kids had something so right that you cannot give people, and at the same time they were desperately needing certain kinds of basic knowledge, because I think during apartheid and during boycott, the elements that did come down here might not have always been the most cutting edge about training or the way the repertoire was being approached. Vocal music, choral music, is the second largest leisure activity in South Africa below football. And it didn't seem like it was going to be a big reach to create major singers. And I remember saying, 25 years from now, most theaters will have a South African in a major position on their roster. And it's been less than 25 years and it's already happening.
Now, you've traveled and performed all over the world. How well received is opera in South Africa, in your opinion?
Well, I have to say, especially the audiences for our UCT Cape Town opera collaborations are so warm. The first two performances of this run of Traviata have really been some of the most gratifying receptions of my life. Because of the youthful nature of the performing element in South Africa, the audience responds with great enthusiasm.
Now, the two leads are your students. How involved was their training?
You know, everything we do here, we do triple cast. And it was time to take some rather distinctive intellects and artists and vocal techniques and let them really find out what it's like to carry a show.
This production of La Traviata perfectly illustrates the cosmopolitan potential of the classical tradition, with a story by a French author set to music by an Italian composer, featuring matadors from Spain, whose roles are sung by African voices trained by an American of Indian descent.
And finally, what can we expect from the performance tonight?
Tonight is sort of the coloratura cast. Tonight is the weight of voice cast, most like what Verdi probably heard and imagined. I think what you hopefully will get tonight is we're going to make this feel like the new thing.
Kamal, thank you so much for joining us, and we're really looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here, and I'm looking forward to it too.
tenor Makurupanyane Senawana was one of the rising stars of this production.
What was it like working with Prof. Khan?
It's awesome, and it's scary sometimes. He's a real perfectionist, and he's really meticulous about what needs to happen and what's needed out of the music. But it's always educational, always a process of moving forward when working with him. It's a real pleasure.
Leading lady Violetta comes to an unfortunate end in the opera, but singing her role has been an incredible experience for soprano Leah Gunter.
What's it been like working with Kamal Khan?
Absolute inspiration, coming here and singing to him for the first time, and sharing in his wide scope of knowledge, and it was a tremendous injection of inspiration to my singing.
There's no questioning the success of this production in terms of entertainment, but its effects reach far further. It has placed local talents in the spotlight, helping to further their careers while also inspiring a new generation of opera lovers and potential singers. And Kamal Khan has played a major role in achieving this.